Rasmussen reports finding a majority of Americans believe the mainstream media were in the tank for Barack Obama this past campaign. They believe the coverage was skewed to help Democrats win. Our next guest says there will be a day of reckoning for the so-called love fest coming sooner than anyone thinks. Douglas McKinnon, former press secretary to retired Senator Bob Dole. How are you, Douglas? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill. Thanks for having me on.
Just so our viewers know, a majority of voters, 51%, say that reporters have tried to help Barack Obama win. 7% say they were hoping that John McCain could win. Your reaction?
Well, I mean, that's typical because they're reflecting what is happening in the mainstream media. And first, as a conservative, as a Republican, I want to congratulate Barack Obama. As a conservative, I want him to succeed. I want him to be a good president. But that said, I think the reality is, aside from his many, many skills, which he has, he owes his election to two main issues, which is one, the mainstream media being in the tank for him, and also, as his own campaign admitted to the Washington Post, the economy basically imploding on September 16th.
Well, how does the media correct itself, do you think? You talk about this day of reckoning. What is that?
Well, what they have to do is they have to start policing themselves, and more people, Bill, have to start talking about it from within the media. I mean, it really is a cancer that's hurting the business. If you look at the top 100 newspapers in the United States of America, most of which, by the way, lean left and strongly supported Barack Obama for president, their circulation is dropping dramatically. And one of the main reasons, and I've talked to liberal editors at these newspapers about this, one of the main reasons their circulation is dropping is because they're ignoring center-right or conservative readers, and in fact they're insulting them, and these readers are canceling their subscriptions.
So it's your view that the editorial in these newspapers is off?
Well, it's not only the editorial. I mean, one of the main complaints I hear from a lot of reporters, and again, left or center reporters, is the management is so far left that they can't get anything done. I've talked to two liberal editors at top 20 newspapers who are going to get out of the business because everybody above them in terms of management is so far left they would rather put ideology before the bottom line, because guess what? It's not their money.
Well, there's another argument in there, and that says technology is changing and a lot of newspapers and magazines are going to go online because frankly it's cheaper and it's a better business model.
Well, it can still be a better business model, but you still can't ignore basically half the country. You still can't insult basically half the country because you, as a liberal editor, don't happen to agree with their point of view. They're entitled to have balanced coverage, whether they read it online, in print, or see it on television.
Well, they do that at their own peril, don't they?
Well, they do indeed, and again, the numbers are showing that these things are going out of business, and the New York Times model is one, some of your competing networks are others, and at a certain point, when do the investors, when do the owners of these publications and networks wake up and say, geez, enough is enough, we're bleeding way too much money?
I know a really smart guy around the Fox News channel who believes this is the year that journalism died. Do you?
Yeah. Well, I think if it hasn't died, it's the ultimate wake-up call because, in fact, yeah, they may have succeeded in helping to get Barack Obama elected, but at what cost? I mean, is it a Pyrrhic victory for them, and are they going to lose their jobs because of it?
Well, that'll make a very interesting story come the new year.
You bet,
Watch
absolutely.
the White House press corps, see how they handle things. I tell you what, just being in television for a number of years, this is going to turn, and the Obama White House has to be ready for that.
Well, and I think, you know what, Barack Obama is a very intelligent person. I think he understands that. His campaign is very good at what they do, and they're happy to use these guys if they have to.
You know how reporters get. When the story gets stale, they get bored, and they go looking for something else.
Well, Bill, we've been talking about that for a long time. I mean, what's the business model going to be now for all these people that hated Bush, hated conservatives, hated a lot of the things the Republicans were doing because now they have what they wanted, and like you said, at a certain point, do they start cannibalizing Barack Obama now?
Yeah. Wonder how long the honeymoon period lasts.
It's going to be short.
Want to make it really? How short? Weeks or months?
I don't even think he's going to necessarily make it to Inauguration Day before they start cutting him up a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting. Douglas McKinnon, thank you for your time today. If that happens...